It's Friday. That means I'm going to do a quick update for y'all and let you know how this past week went. Let's go. Hello dearies, I'm LeFae. Thank you so much for stopping by and joining me on my weight loss adventure. It is Friday, so that means it's time for my progress report update. Before I get into that, I want to remind everyone that you can find me on Instagram as well as on FitBit. And I have a FitBit update, so stay tuned about that. Also, please be sure to subscribe to my channel before you go because I miss human interaction, and seriously, the support and community that I'm finding here on YouTube is amazing. Oh my stars, I love it. And I'm going to shout out a few creators at the end of the video. Okay, time for the morning report. Today's data is actually some that includes my measurements from a month ago. On June 10th, I took my measurements. So we're just over 1 month out from measurements. So I retook them and I'm excited to share that with you. Also, it is actually 6 weeks since I decided that I was done maintaining my initial 30-pound weight loss, and I was super serial about finishing off the 100 pounds. So 6 weeks, and I'm amazed. I'm amazed at what I've done, and I'm really proud. Let's get into it. First piece of data is my weight change from last week. Last week on Friday, I was 211.8, and this morning I was 209.2, which is a change of 2.6 pounds. Very, very happy. I am going for a loss of 2 pounds a week right now, and it's a little bit more. I am also on my necessary chocolate week. So I'm very, very interested to see what my numbers are going to be like next week, because for a good week and a half, my body just doesn't know what the heck it wants to do. I am excited, however, that I did still show a loss this week, because honestly, I wasn't sure that I was going to. Just, once for a whole week every month, I just feel some type of way and I don't trust anything. That means since June 2nd, when I started this part of the adventure, I was 230 pounds. And that means I have lost a total of 20.8 pounds. That is an astronomical amount of weight for 6 weeks. I need to put that disclaimer out here. 20 pounds in 6 weeks is... That's only because it was the first 6 weeks. I think in the first 2 weeks I lost like 10 pounds, and that's normal. That's the water weight and your body readjusting. 20 pounds is a lot of weight, and I don't want anyone to think like, oh my gosh, I've been doing this for however long and I haven't lost that much. Every body is different. Also, I was pre-lockdown, plague taking over the world, I was already intermittent fasting. I'm a substitute teacher. I was on my feet all day. I actually was almost already 220 pounds before lockdown. So there was only about 6 weeks where I gained I was 223 before lockdown. And then so I gained like 7 pounds and then decided nope. So that first initial 10 pounds kind of, it's a skewed result, and I want to make sure that I'm very clear about that. Let's move on to the measurements. I will put my measurements, I'll put my measurements right here. These were the measurements that, let me scoot over for myself. These were my measurements on June 10th. Now I will add in my measurements this morning. I only did one thigh, like my right or my left. I'm not too concerned with the inches on my limbs. Anyway, so I had 25-inch thighs, 44-inch hips, which is a loss of 1 inch, 46-inch, like around my belly button, you know, the mama pooch area. I still measured 46 this morning, so no change there. My waist, I measured at 38 inches, so the point where you bend. That's a 3-inch difference. My underbust, where your bra band sits, I measured at 39.5 inches this morning, which is a loss of 1.5 inches. My bust, I measured at 42 inches, so like the widest part here, I measured at 42 inches, which is a loss of 3.5 inches. Full disclosure, I don't know how accurately I'm measuring that part, but there was definitely a change. My neck, I measured this morning at 14 inches, which is a loss of 0.5 inch. And having any loss at all on my neck is so just, oh yes, for me, because one of my major health concerns for all of this are sleeping issues. And I'm definitely still snoring, and I was verging on like full on sleep apnea. So getting bulk away from here is a big focus, and it's happening. Lastly, I did measure my left arm at 15 inches, and whatever arm I measured last time was 15, no, right, it's a loss of 0.5 inch on an arm. So in total, we're talking, I lost 10 inches off my body. For a quick refresher, here are the first pictures that I took. I took these in my bedroom. I don't know why. And today, here in the room of requirement, which is a much better place for taking photos, I took these pictures. And I think I see a little bit of a difference. Honestly, it's not as dramatic as I thought it would be, knowing that there's about 10 inches gone from this body. But progress is progress. I'm not mad at it. And I cannot wait to see what happens in another month. I want to talk about some non-scale victories, because yes, all of the data and all of the numbers, those are good and concrete, but it's not all about that. One, I know I talked about it in my 50-pound video that I made. I talked about how I was tolerating the heat better, and that still holds true, and I still can't get over how I don't care about the temperature so much this summer. It's blowing my mind. Also, this is a non-scale victory that I'm really excited about. My rings. I have not been able to wear anything except for this ring right here for a couple of years. This is just a cheap $5 eBay ring. Actually, I love it. I might order more. That I purchased because I was no longer able to wear my actual wedding ring. I had gained so much weight that I had gone up an entire size in my fingers, and I was no longer able to wear my wedding ring. So I bought this one as a replacement. And if you notice, it has moved from the ring finger on my left hand to the middle finger on my right hand. And I'm very, very happy because I'm also able to wear this genuine pearl that was my grandmother's. She passed away 2.5 years ago. And then also this ring right here. This is a 1940s vintage onyx from one of my aunts. And then also the colada, married, love, husband. I can wear my rings. I feel pretty. Okay. I'm going to finish up here. I want to highlight some of the new friends that I have been making. First, I'll shout out, there is a Facebook group that a few of us are starting to join so that we can help each other out. So if any of you are watching and you're not part of the Facebook group. I will link it down below. It was started by Time Out with Angela, and I just joined, and already I'm super excited to see how we all come together and grow and learn from each other. So if you are a small weight loss YouTube creator person and you're interested in meeting more people on a similar adventure, then you can find that group linked down below. And I want to do two special shout outs today. One to Tamika Doesn't Quit, and also Redhead Goes Healthy. These two chicks are so fun and have been a really big inspiration for me restarting my channel this way around. So I will make sure to also have them linked down below. I hope that you go check them out. If you don't know them already, what are you doing with your life? When we're done here, please go check them out and support them as well. Looking ahead to next week. So plans literally just changed, which is part of the reason why I'm a little bit slower today. We were meant to go camping next week. I was planning out how was I going to handle being on vacation, but still wanting to be mindful of calories in, calories out, getting my steps in, and I was literally about to make my full meal plan and measure everything out so I knew that I had all of this to eat for a week. And now we're not going. There's supposed to be rain, plus we'd be going clear across staying in our same state, but going clear across the state up into the Upper Peninsula. I really wanted to see the stars. But it's okay. This is the more responsible choice for us right now. And it'll be fine. We're just gonna staycation. So, plans are changing. I'm still figuring out what my next week looks like, but I do know that I will still have 2 uploads for you. My Wednesday video is, I'm going to sit down and give you all a little glimpse into like the food of my past, the struggles that I went through, why I think I got to my highest weight, that kind of stuff, the things that I've battled. Last thing, my FitBit, my friend here, she's dead. I was really hoping that it wasn't true. Yesterday, I was on my evening walk and I was killing it yesterday. Killing it. And I was on track to have at least 15,000 steps. And we decided to walk to my husband's mom and stepdad's house. They live in the same neighborhood, but on the other side. And when I hit 10,000 steps, it died. And I was so upset. But obviously, I mean, I still got the steps in. I just don't have proof. But my body knows, and that's what counts. And like, fine, whatever. Even though I had charged her earlier, like in the middle of the day yesterday. She still died, so came home, plugged her in right away, and walked away. And then I came back like an hour later, and it still said it was only at 65%. And I thought that was a little bit odd, so I left her charging overnight. When I woke up this morning, she still only said 65. And I was like, maybe it's just charting wrong and not telling me correctly. Well, obviously. So this means I'm gonna get a Fitbit before I hit my $199 goal. Please tell me it's not cheating. I feel like I need it though. The motivation really helps. Plus, I'm connecting with y'all on there. I've picked out the one that I want. I'm hoping that I can go get it at an actual brick and mortar tonight. I'm done. Thank you again for joining me. Please be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Talk to me in the section beyond the veil. How was your week? It's Friday. We're excited for the weekend. Do you have any plans? How did your week go if you're on a weight loss adventure as well? Please let me know. I love chatting with everyone in the comments. It's so fun. Also, subscribe before you leave because we all need friends and accountability during a pandemic. with all of that said, I will see you next week. Bye, dearies.